The streamers and the studios are trying to turn writing into a gig job. They're trying to transform it from a career into a freelance, we pay you whenever we feel like it kind of job. And they're using streaming as an excuse to do that. It has nothing to do with the technology or even the episode orders, because they're free to order as many episodes as they want. And, it doesn't matter if you're watching it through a coaxial cable or the internet, right? It's still TV.
A writer's room and writers involved throughout the process is how the television business has existed and succeeded and been extremely profitable for decades. And writers, that's how they work, and that's how they want to continue to work. And the feeling is, if we don't put things in the contract, we can negotiate some modest wage increases, but the companies will spend every day in between our negotiations over 3 years taking that money out of writers' pockets.
And we're here today because it's the upfronts, and this is when the networks say to the advertisers, look at these amazing shows we have. Don't you want to buy some ad space? Well, we created those shows, and we deserve a fair percentage of the money they're bringing in.
My show, Dave, we had 10 episodes. We had a 20-week writer's room. That writer's room has been over since December. One of my other writers is working 3 jobs right now to pay her rent. So those stories stick in my mind. She is not alone. It's a scandal. That's what this negotiation is about.
A living wage for all writers is essential. I don't think it's something that should have to be fought for. I think that it's something that should just be understood as a right that these incredible writers who write the words that we as actors are privileged to say.
As a Writers Guild member who has a lot of solidarity with my fellow writers, I want to ensure that we get a fair contract with the AMPTP. Unfortunately, so far, they have refused to come to the table and meet basically any of our proposals. And so we're here to march and show our collective union power until they do.
They want to take the writing and make it as precarious as possible and as short as possible and as little protections. And so it's freelance, or it's a day rate, or it's a one-step deal in screens. In every sector of the business, we see where the companies want to go with how they want to pay and value writers. And that's why we're out here.
Let's just put the writer's room in our contract. Let's just say when there's a television show, there needs to be a writer's room, just like there has been for every television show for 50 to 70 years. And the companies said no. They didn't make a counter proposal. They didn't even discuss our proposal. They just gave it a flat no. And this is like a proposal that writers say they need.
A lot of writers that I've been privileged enough to work with coming in and doing mini rooms and doing, some other things that they frankly don't get paid what they should be getting paid for. It's something that I think if we don't fight for it now, we're not going to have another chance to fight for it. So I stand with all these guys and want them all to get paid what they deserve.
These companies can offload a staggering amount of risk onto individual peoples, but they are able to pool the benefit of that risk, and that is what is fueling their incredibly reliable, huge profits every year. And the only reason that they're experiencing any turmoil right now is because they have to play this game with Wall Street, where Wall Street is not satisfied with consistent $30 billion a year profits. They want it to grow. And so the companies are trying to figure out how to make that seem like it's growing. And the way that they're thinking of doing it is pushing down on costs.
It's going to rain on Thursday, and we're going to be out here, and we're going to be like, I don't feel like doing it today. But you know what? If we didn't do this, things would just be worse. It would be worse to not have a career as a writer at all.
The strike could end tomorrow if they would agree to our terms, if they would agree to even negotiate our terms in a fair way and give us a fair contract. So I don't know how long this will go on for, but I do know that the writers have solidarity. We have the truth on our side, we have justice on our side, and we will fight as long as it takes.